Rec League Podcast. Tell your friends, tell your neighbors, tell your family, tell your haters. Available on Anchor, Spotify, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, Radio Public, Podchaser, Good Pods, Pocket Casts, Breaker, and Stitcher. At Rec League Podcast on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok. At Rec League Pod on Twitter. Episode 100 coming soon. Yo, whether you watching this from Facebook, Twitter, click the link in my Instagram or YouTube itself. What up, world? So I just watched Devotion. It is the new, inspired by a true story, or based on a true story, war drama. It stars Jonathan Majors, Glenn Powell, Christina Jackson, Thomas Sadoski, Joe Jonas, and it is directed by J.D. Dillard. He directed Slight a few years ago. I want to say it was like starring Jacob Latimore, but I do know like the premise involved like a kid getting superpowers. So you got Glenn Powell. He is new in this aviation unit, and Jonathan Majors isn't particularly like the all-star. Like, he is the best. He doesn't carry himself like that. It's in the 50s, the Korean War, like 5 years after World War II ended, and they form this bond and become brothers and in the battle. I like true stories, man. I like good storytelling. I liked these trailers. Like, I saw this movie because I liked these trailers. I like Jonathan Majors, man. Lovecraft Country. I haven't seen it, but I know I have heard that he's really good in it. Glenn Powell was just in Top Gun. So like, I am interested in the two leads. Like, I'm telling you, if within the next 6 months, Jonathan Majors is going to catapult to the A-list. He has 2 movies coming out within a month, probably 3 weeks, probably 2 weeks, that everybody's going to be talking about him. And he's very good in this movie. He's the only black pilot in a flight team, I don't know, of all white guys. He has been he gets judged, criticized, measured by a different stick than all the white pilots. Glenn Powell like takes a liking to him instantly. He's kind of like the hot shot, not necessarily like a maverick type of character. He's just another good pilot, and they bond. And I will say, like, this movie's like 2.5 hours, and the third act, it starts to get heavy. I noticed the score changes based on the tone of the scene. Like, early on, the score is like, even in the air, it's like really upbeat, kind of fun, not necessarily whimsical, but like adventurous. And it gets like real heavy toward the end in the dramatic war battle scenes. So yeah, like you see these guys and how they bond and how they like, come together, and then you get aspects of Jonathan Majors' family life and how like Glenn Powell observes that and has an appreciation. Like, he's got something he's fighting for to come back to. And yeah, man, like, I liked them together. I thought they had good enough chemistry, but to me, this movie suffered with the writing. Like, you know how like the true stories, you get the text before the credits roll. You get the text, this character, that character, this. They stayed in touch. Their families still communicate. For as tight as the two leads are supposed to be in this movie, I don't think the writing serviced that enough. Like, we didn't get enough scenes to where they felt like brothers. They felt like really close teammates, wingmen, but not necessarily like, you know, and that's the writing. That's not the actors. That's not even necessarily the direction. That's the writing. So like the story is where this movie is flawed to me. Like there are laughs, there's action, there are emotional moments of drama. It's just like, as my only complaint, and it's a big complaint, is just that as close as these two dudes were in real life, the movie did not project that well enough. That like they have moments of closeness, a couple laughs, they have disagreements, but nothing that made them feel like brothers. And like a military movie, a dude from the military watching a military movie, you kind of need that. So with all that being said, I will say that in my opinion, Devotion is almost dope. Have you seen Devotion, man? What you think about it? Positive, negative, somewhere in between? Let me know. I recently put up a review for the Guardians of the Galaxy holiday special for Strange World. Last week I reviewed The Menu. Next weekend I want to watch and review Violent Night. Be on the lookout. Regularly podcast coming this weekend. We talking Steven Spielberg, man. One of the directing goats. Episode 100 has got to be special. So like, subscribe, comment, find me where you find me, man. Don't know where to find me. Watch these credits. Peace.